Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Happy Monday. Today is a beautiful day. Sun is shining. Birds are singing. There's a nice little subtle breeze coming through. My kind of day. Feels a little bit more like fall today. I can almost feel like the subtle change in the wind and the air. Like, yeah, we're making that transition finally, but we'll see. We'll see. These last few weeks were pretty warm, pretty hot. Hasn't really felt like fall, but we may be transitioning here, but we'll see. Let's take a look at the encouragement for the day. Happy Monday. I hope you all are well. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're going to go ahead and tap into the energies and see what encouragement Spirit has for us today. What message do you have for us today, Spirit? What message do you have for us today? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. This same message seems to be coming out. I keep getting the repeat of the same message. And so, I mean, this is for somebody. I don't know. I can't change the message. I could just read what Spirit brings out, what Spirit wants to say. And so I'm going to keep giving the message. So today, the encouragement I feel like is around, let me show you my cards. We have territory. We have resistance. We have protection, okay? We have luck, and we have abundance, okay? All right, so the message coming in today could very well be around possibly stepping into a new place. As I did messages last week, I did get, not last week, but the week before, where we were looking at the energy around October. Many of us are definitely stepping into new energy, stepping into new opportunities, right? Along with that could possibly be the opportunity where you'll be in a situation where you step into like a new environment. Many of us are, delving into new relationships, new connections. That too could set up a possibility where you're actually stepping into a new environment, a new space, right? And so I do feel like there is an energy that Spirit is bringing up today where there may be some issues around space, right? There may be some issues around groups and people feeling a little bit territorial about where they are, about what they have, about this space that they operate in. And it may have something to do with that. Someone feeling like they are in control in a particular place or a particular division or an area. And it feels like it could be like gatekeeping energy. You have to come through me before coming here, that kind of thing. Or needing to recognize where you are is what I feel. And that there could possibly be a little bit of hostility with that. If you are stepping into new spaces, or if you're in a space and you're starting to open up and really assert yourself in that space, there could be resistance to that, is what it feels like. And there may be energies that want to make you feel like you don't belong, or like you're an intruder, or like you're overstepping, boundaries or what have you. I also feel like there might be a little bit of method of intimidation that you could experience, or someone could be feeling a little bit intimidated by you. If it's not a physical thing, this could be spiritually, right? If you're someone who's opening up to your gifts and you're starting to really step out and be open and allow yourself to fly, someone is feeling a little bit intimidated. They may be feeling like you are embarking upon their territory or taking up space where they usually take up space, right? And so there's the feeling that someone may be feeling like you're stepping on their toes. And this could also be you feeling this way as well. Maybe you've been, been able to operate in a certain place for so long, and now there's new energy coming in, and you feel like you're being crowded out or pushed out in some type of way. There's some issue around space today that Spirit is bringing up, and some issue around that space being very personal, to someone. They're taking it personal. And so there's the need to consider boundaries here, or possibly observe where that might be coming into effect, coming into play, becoming an issue, boundaries. There may be a need to be a little bit more sensitive around this, if this is ringing true for you, if you know exactly, what this is and what I'm talking about. There may be a need to be a little bit more sensitive. This situation could benefit from having an open discussion where you actually sit down and kind of set rules, right? This could even be like the situation with a sibling, and the sibling keeps walking into your room without knocking. It could be something as simple as that. And it's like, okay, let's talk about this. I don't mind you coming into my room, but I need you to knock before you enter. I could be doing anything, And so it's coming to an understanding of what is expected, what is needed, the consideration that's needed in this situation. So I feel like this is definitely something that could be, in many cases, discussed and talked out. And maybe there's some compromise or some set of rules that can be brought about that would bring peace in this situation. Now, for others of you, this could be a calling for you personally to set boundaries with yourself. This could be inner conflict, you versus you. You overstepping your own boundaries and not respecting them. If that is the case, then you may need to actually take some time apart to really be with yourself and kind of, make that right. This is requiring alone time, is what this is calling. And this might necessitate you bringing into play a divine area, a sacred space for yourself, is what this could be entailing. But this is being coupled with a level of resistance right now. But I feel like that resistance is the opposition coming in response to this need for clarification on whatever situation you're in right now. I feel like there could be a strong wind of confrontation, a strong wind of conflict that could be headed your way. However, I do feel like I'm talking to someone who is very strong, very resilient, and so you have the ability, to actually navigate these strong winds coming your way. Spirit says, even if it means finding the path of least resistance, right? If you are very preoccupied and tenaciously pursuing something, a lot of times you're not going to want to use excess energy to deal with other things that are not involving what you're working on. So this may be you needing to consider the path of least resistance to just avoid it, especially if it's something that doesn't relate to where you are right now or what you are pouring into, where your intentions are right now. And if for some reason you do get caught or thrown off balance, that's okay too, right? Spirit is letting you know, just get your balance and keep on strutting, right? But there is something possibly headed this way. It's headed this way, and it has the potential to throw you off course, right? It's a strong wind of opposition is what I'm hearing. So when we talk about this type of energy that comes in, this resistance, sometimes it comes in the form of an obstacle. Sometimes it comes and just adds like a little bit of friction to the situation. There could have been times where you were able to easily sail into your goal or into the completion. This is going to add a little bit more work to be done. Right? Whatever that thing that you were working on, you may find that because of this that's coming in, it's going to require a little bit more work, or maybe an extra step that you'll need to add on in order to complete this, or in order to actually carry it forward to the next step, to the next phase of this. And so this could be something like maybe you're building a home and something comes up, and now something comes up, you find something that's in the ground that wasn't supposed to be there. So now you need to actually hire someone to come in and remove this thing so that you can continue your building, right? Something like that. There's something that's going to require an extra step before you go to the next phase. That's just an example. For those that would be seeking like a technical skill, maybe you didn't realize you needed to have, a certain certificate. So now you have to go to like a 2-week class to get this additional certificate before you can continue and complete your technical training, right? Something like that. There's some level of resistance, but understand it's not meant to stop you. It's just going to add a little extra work. And you're being asked to just be adaptable and get it done, even if that means finding the least path of resistance, right? Spirit is letting you know this did not come to stop you, but this is part of building the foundation and making sure that it's sure. I do see the energy of protection coming in here. There may be the need to protect something, or you may have something that's needing to be guarded or protected. If you are coming into an awakening, as many of us are right now, understand that as you first enter into that first season, you're like a brand new baby coming into the world, right? And you will definitely need to be guarded. You will need to guard what it is that you're being given during this time. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. Maybe someone is having a new awakening. Maybe things do feel very fresh and you don't know a whole lot about what's happening where you are right now. It's exciting, but there's not a lot of understanding there. And so understand that this is a very sensitive time. If that is you that I'm feeling, this is a very sensitive time, not to take lightly. This could be a time that you want to actually ask for help, and not just any help. Guided help, right? Allow Spirit to guide you to the right person, to the right people, to the right places, to the right information, because you're in a sensitive time right now. And if that's not you, then there's just a need for protection around something. Something needs protecting. Or this could be someone. And if this is you realizing you need protection, then Spirit is wanting you to act accordingly. If you're in a place where you feel like you're unsafe or things don't feel right, like, don't take that for granted, but act on it. Act on the information that you're being given right now. Now, for the good news, we have luck and we have abundance. I feel like I'm speaking with someone who is definitely experiencing a windfall right now. However that's coming through, someone is experiencing a windfall of abundance where you have found yourself in a place of more than enough. It could be raining. I don't know why I'm hearing it's raining men, right? I don't know. You could be experiencing lots of offers coming in for you, whoever that is. For someone, you could have more finances than you actually anticipated as you were balancing the last time, right? There's a level of abundance and luck that's coming your way that is here right now. You could be experiencing that, or it's being brought to you as we speak. You're stepping into this energy where you could possibly look around and be like, where did all this come from? Like, okay, when did this happen? You may look around and see that you have an abundance of something, more than you can actually handle. Let's see. Let's get some more information. I'm going to go ahead and go into the tarot. We're using the Star Tarot deck today. All right, Spirit, what says you about this energy that came out today? Tell us more. So the energy coming out is definitely around hard work, around responsibility, obligation. Like, this is really an energy to take serious. It's duty, you know. This may even be considered, you know, something that is not necessarily something that you enjoy, but it's what you have to do, you know, with the Ten of Wands. And for some of you, the 10 does represent an ending and going into something new. You could be heading or coming out of a very difficult season that you were in just now. And it's now changing from bad to easier, from difficult to, you know, more relaxed. Or you could have the assistance coming in that's needed to lift the burden, to lift the load. But I do feel a sense of obligation here. It could be something that you are now seeing the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel with this. But it needed to be something that you experienced, right? Sagittarius energy. And then we have the star here, Aquarius energy. And the star is definitely talking about being guided. The star is talking about hope, promise, faith, right? And I feel like this is definitely that light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, it was a difficult season. It was a difficult time. This could also speak to what is coming, right? For those that will be experiencing those issues around space or process. And this could kind of foretell a time of pressure, of obligation and responsibility and duty to do the right thing. Even though you don't want to do it, it's causing more work to be done or piling more work on your load, right? But it has to be done. Someone has to do it. This could foretell what's coming. For those of you that has already been here and it's coming out, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. If you're going in, understand that it won't be forever. This is something that needs to happen. And you're being guided here, right? There is a sense of, for someone else that may be experiencing that new life experience, if you're headed into an awakening for you, this could actually mean that you are being guided to a place where you will get the clarity that you need through this process. The need for you to be guided and to have a level of belief in what it is in this process that you're going through. I do feel like this is very healing energy for someone. You could be being guided into a space where you can hear direction needed. As you look at her, she's being guided between, it's almost like an oasis, a sacred space, right? Where she can, you see the star on the top of her head. Her crown is enlightened, like she's receiving divine guidance here. There's fresh water flowing where she's touching the sides of the rock where the fresh water is flowing. One foot is in the water, and what is on the ground, there's a sense of balance between her emotions, between the spirit world and the physical world. There's so much happening here. We have butterflies all around her representing transformation and the alignment of her chakras. Those butterflies are different colors, right? And so there's so much healing. There's so much taking place with you right now. And Spirit is saying to really trust the process. And if there is a lack of clarity, this is where you can get it, right? This is where it is in being guided to this sacred space. And then we also have the Hangman, which is Pisces. It's Neptune energy. And so for some of you, there is a time that we could consider a time of surrender or a time of sacrifice, a time of waiting, a time to be able to be open to radical acceptance and release the things in this moment that maybe you can't control. This is, acting through wisdom, right? It's a moment of surrender. Things may not be necessarily all clear right now. Things may be being placed on hold. You may be wanting to go forward and finish the process. But as I was saying earlier, other things are coming in and taking precedence in this moment. There's something more that needs to be done. And so things may be being placed on hold, whereas you are wanting to finish it. That little bit of resistance, it may feel like resistance, but it's not. It's actually working for you. And it's going to save you more headache in the long run by taking care of it right now. And so there is some need for surrender right now with whatever that is. For someone, you could be wanting to move forward to the next step of your life, right? This is not a project. We're talking about your life. Things may feel very still right now. You may be wondering what's next, but Spirit has you very still right now, wanting you to just be still and listen, possibly even take a look back at everything that has happened before this moment that brought you where you are right now. This is a moment of reflection for someone. And then I have the Hierophant. And I always feel a bit of spirituality with the Hierophant, but the Hierophant also talks about just institutions. It could talk about an energy of tradition, passing something forward. It could also talk about the energy of commitment, being in for the long haul, right? Being committed. But it does have a little bit of a spiritual connotation and wisdom, you know, being able to get on board and conform when necessary. And I think this is kind of the energy that is being asked to step up. This is the energy we're being asked to step up into, is to be workable, be pliable, like understand the foundations, right? Whatever that situation that you're in, there's a need to understand history possibly. Or when we talk about institutions, there's usually precepts and policies that they're built on. There may be a need to understand that. That might bring in some more clarity. There may be a need to do some studying, you know, with whatever is being brought before you right now. And so there is an awareness that is increasing, I feel like right now. Some answers will come from within you. Some answers you will find by looking into it, by studying. The Page of Wands is in a challenge position. I feel like it could be the fact that there is not a freedom the way that you would desire right now. You know, there's almost the energy of Saturn in operation, like certain restrictions could be very present right now where you're feeling like you want to be free, you want to explore, you want to move forward, you know, you want to actually move uninhibited, unrestrained, but that might not necessarily be in the cards right now. It may not be in the cards right now. And so I actually have 3 major arcana out here: the Star, the Hangman, and the Hierophant. Whenever I get lots of major arcana, it tells me that Spirit is very much involved in this process here. Though it does not seem pleasurable, possibly parts of this that's happening here, besides the good luck and the abundance, right? Those are things that you can look to actually be an indicator that you are on the right path, right? If you're looking around and you're not in lack, like you're actually in abundance, that can actually be the indicator that, hey, we're going in the right direction, you know? Not that the opposite would mean that you're not, you know, but I'm just saying, if things are well, then that might be a good indicator that you're on the right path, that you're headed down the right road. Not that there won't ever be any issues to deal with or handle. That's part of it too. But it's Spirit's way of letting you know, listen, we got this. Don't worry. You're okay. You're okay. But I feel like the challenge right now is that you are wanting to move in a way that may not necessarily be an option right now. Because the Page of Wands is very liberated. This card is built on exploration and going into new energy, excitement, freedom. You know, it's daring action. It's creating, uninhibited, right? Freedom. You see the unicorn, right? Not being restricted by things like tradition, you know, with the Hierophant, or institutional laws and rules and, you know, and so, but this very well has its place, right? This brings in, I feel like, a level of balance and stability, whereas things would be, without it, things would be very reckless and unstable, ungrounded. But this brings in, the Hierophant brings in the balance to the situation. It provides a foundation, right? Now, in the outcome, I have the Knight of Swords. And so what the Knight of Swords says is that right now is a time to be sure about what it is that you know and to move on that. There's some level of change that's coming in. I feel like with how you move. There's some level of change coming in. Even with how things are structured around you. And things are moving so fast around you right now. And things are coming in so quickly. These changes, these obstacles, things are going to be coming at you so quickly. There's going to be a need for you to really be grounded and stable and assert yourself in your position so you're not carried away with everything that, you know, comes by, that passes you by. That could be part of the lesson here too, especially for those of you that are entering into this new space, into this new energy, into this new awakening. You know, there is a need, even though you're being introduced to lots of new things, there is a need for you to stay grounded in yourself, right? That doesn't change. The core concept of who you are, it doesn't change. What changes is what's made available to you, around you, right? The ideas, the ways that are made available for you to receive a level of fulfillment in life, right? With the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups, right? The inspiration, the desire. The fact that you are now coming to grips with what's available to you, the fulfillment. And so overall, I feel like there is a need to be fluid right now, be flexible, be open, and not really have to have it your way. Again, this is a time to be in the energy of radical acceptance, open to surrender, and be workable, right? I feel like Spirit is doing something. You may not see the whole picture right now. You may be being guided to really trust right now, to have faith, to be open, to hope, and nothing wrong with asking for the clarity. But even if you don't necessarily fully see it, trust that things are happening accordingly, okay? And this should actually be a time where you're able to actually still be comfortable, right? That luck and the abundance says that even though you may not be, having things go the way that you want, not that everybody won't, for those that may be experiencing this resistance, it's purposeful, right? It's not just happening just to throw blocks in your way, but there's something else that Spirit wants to make sure it gets taken care of so it doesn't turn into a headache later, right? And so trust the process. Trust the process, okay? And protect what it is that you have. I feel that coming back through too, especially if you're someone that's transitioning over into a new understanding around life. Understand that everything that you get, find a way to hide that in your heart so it's not easily taken away. Find new ways to offer up time to yourself. If you're getting new information, find time to actually integrate that information and allow it to settle in, chew on it. How does it apply to your life? Like really take it in and make it a part of your being, right? So it's not easily taken away when something else comes in that sounds a little different, right? Allow it to settle. Protect it. Protect it is what I'm hearing. But that's my that's my spiel for the day, the message that Spirit has brought through for us, which was good stuff because I can definitely relate to it as well. And so this is definitely a time to just stay grounded and be open. Stay grounded and be open. Everything is good, okay? Is the overall gist of that message. Everything is good and going accordingly. And you're being taken care of through it all. So worry not, okay? Until our next encouragement of the day, take care. And thank you for stopping by. I am appreciating all of the beautiful comments of encouragement. I'm glad that you are being touched by the messages and you're getting something out of it. That's very encouraging. And so I appreciate you all, and I'm sending love out back to you. If you enjoyed this video, take a moment to take a look at these that I'll post up here. Maybe you'll like those too. Feel free to like, share, comment, and sub if you have not, okay? Till next time, thanks for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle. Bye.